What's up everybody? Hi, how are you? If you're new here, hi, my name is Linda. Welcome to Rally Pharma, and I'm the host of this channel. I am a registered pharmacist, by the way, and in this channel I just talk about health, pharmacy practice, so feel free to subscribe. And today's video, actually, as you can see from the title, I'm gonna talk about things I wished I knew before doing regulatory affairs career. So I should also just define what regulatory affairs is before I actually go to things I wish I knew. So basically, regulatory affairs is a branch of pharmacy, or a branch of, let me say, industrial pharmacy. It deals with drug registration, one. So you submit your dossiers to the health authorities for approval. Then second, what it deals with now, if we look at the drug development cycle, so the drug development stage, usually you do non-clinical studies in animals, then you do clinical studies in humans. So from the time that drug is, like a molecule is discovered, up to until the time it is launched in the market, clinical trials, when you come to phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 clinical trials, where they're just testing this drug in human beings. So regulatory affairs pharmacists are needed in each and every step of the drug development cycle. So basically, you're just dealing with submission of documents for drug registration, and two, you're also dealing with compliance. So you ensure that your company complies to the rules and regulations that are set by different health authorities. And then I fast forward to my story. I practice in regulatory affairs, and this is my 4th year in practice, actually. Yeah, I'm not an oldie, by the way. Yeah, so I graduated in 2017, then did my internship 2018, 2019. I finished my internship in 2019, around I think May, and then we did our board exams. After doing our board exams, then yeah, you get registered. So I got registered in 2019, and I came out of internship knowing that, trust me, I do not want to do hospital practice. Yeah, I thought, like, back then I would do hospital, I would enjoy hospital, but then after my internship experience, I was like, okay, hospital is just not my thing. And I had already decided, like, me and community pharmacy, we are not friends. So I was left with a choice of doing industrial pharmacy. And industrial pharmacy, I really didn't know what I was going to do, because yeah, when you graduated, it was just either community, industry, or hospital. That's all we knew when we graduated. So yeah, I decided to, like, start looking for opportunities here and there, tried applying to various places, got rejections, and I stayed for 7 months, I think 7 months without employment. Yeah, 7 months, guys. So within those 7 months, I started the YouTube channel. Within those 7 months, I sold vegetables, I sold fruits. Yeah, I did a lot of things. So yeah, so then I saw this job posting, like this advertisement, actually. It was just sent to one of the groups that I was in, and they wanted a regulatory affairs pharmacist. So I was like, okay, what is this? So I said, okay, let me just apply, like send my CV and see where it goes. And in the CV, I just wrote, yeah, I do YouTube videos and stuff. So yeah, I slotted it in, and yeah, I decided to go for the interview. So on the day of the interview, I was interviewed by a lady, and then she told me, now what you need to do is go and find out what regulatory affairs is. Like, I was just very honest and candid with her, like, I really don't know this field. I have never known, like, this field exists. Then she told me, yeah, go find out about regulatory affairs. Then when I call you for the second interview, tell me what you know. Actually, most of us were told to actually go and find out, because we were fresh from, like, graduation, fresh from school and internship. So fast forward, I went, and I asked, actually, my sister is a pharmacist, so I asked her, like, do you know anyone in regulatory affairs? Then yeah, she told me, yeah, I actually know a friend of mine who works for Novo Nordisk. And then she referred me to that friend. So I contacted the friend, and then the friend told me, like, yeah, come on this date. So he told me, like, come to Novo Nordisk offices, I'll take you through regulatory affairs. So yeah, I honored that. I went, and then he just told me the basics about regulatory affairs, what he does, what he deals with. And then I was so happy. Yeah, but they shout out to you, you know yourself, Victor, Dr. Victor. You used to work in Novo Nordisk. I don't know if you're still there, but shout out to you. You lay the ground for me. Thank you so much. So I went back to the interview. Then the interviewer asked me, what did you like find out about regulatory affairs? So I had downloaded the guidelines for Pharmacy and Poisons Board. I went through the guidelines, and then I just, together with what Dr. Victor had told me, I went through the guidelines, and I just told her, like, this is what I found out, this is what I'm going to do. And then she said, Linda, you're hired. Then I was like, okay, what? So I was so excited. Yeah, I was so excited. Like, yeah, after 7 months, finally there's a breakthrough, I have a job. So yeah, fast forward, I joined like a week later. Then now to start the real thing, I had no idea of what to do. I just used to hear people saying like regulatory. So what I decided to do was, you know, basically regulatory affairs, you go to you visit Pharmacy and Poisons Board, and yeah, you register medicines and stuff. So I went to Pharmacy and Poisons Board. I introduced myself to the drug registration department. Luckily, by affiliation to my sister, people always just recognize me. So I go to the board and I'm like, hi, I'm new to regulatory affairs. And then people are like, oh, Sylvia. Then I'm like, no, this is not Sylvia, this is Linda. Then I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm new to regulatory. I do not know what to do, and I just need help. So they used to like tell me like, do this. So when the employer tells me like, do variations, I'm like, okay, hello, what are variations? How am I supposed to do that? Then they take me through the variations. So with time, you know, the way I talk a lot. So I meet people in the Pharmacy and Poisons Board, various pharmacists, ask them, by the way, do you know what regulatory, like, please just let me know what you do in regulatory. Can I have your number in case of anything? I can call you. Yeah, then that's how, like, I just networked, and that's how I actually came to know what regulatory affairs is. Basically, I learned on the job. So being new to this field, there are certain things I wish I actually knew. I wish somebody told me before I actually went for the interview. At least someone actually told me, but in detail, I would really have wanted to know like these things in detail, which I have learned like on the job. Literally, I have learned on the job, and by day right now, I'm very perfect, and yeah, I offer mentorship to people. The first thing that I wish I knew before doing regulatory affairs is it involves networking, and you get jobs through referrals now. So by virtue of me having told you guys my story, the way I networked, and like you meet different pharmacists, and I can assure you, by the way, the jobs that I have got, like advancing from 3 different companies. Right now I'm on my 3rd company actually. So from the 1st company to the 2nd company to the 3rd company, I have got the job through referrals. So this is how I do it, like just meet people at the Pharmacy and Poisons Board, like pharmacists, talk to them, and then when there are opportunities, trust me, they call you and tell you, hey Linda, there's an opportunity here, are you really interested in it? Send your CV. Then you send your CV, you attend the interviews, and yeah, some you get, some you don't get. So for me personally, my journey, I would say, like, if you want to come to Array, please just know that there's that aspect of networking, because also for you to get approvals for your drugs, for your variations, for your medical devices, for your herbals, for your supplements, all these things that you're registering, trust me, you need to network. You need to know like the people to talk to and drug registration. You need to know like the pharmacist to talk to, like when you want to like get your approvals, like with time, how to follow up. Like basically you need a network of people around you who will help you to make your work easy. Then the other thing that I want to tell you, and that's one of the things that I like about regulatory, is the flexibility. So you can actually work from anywhere. All you need is your laptop and internet, and you're good to go, and that portal and your documents, and you're good to go. So it's not like community pharmacy where I will it will force me to be based in a community pharmacy, or not like hospital pharmacy where I'll be forced to come from, like travel all the way to work here, stay at the work for your working hours, and then come home. So regulatory affairs is basically, it's really flexible. You can work from anywhere. You can be working for a company in Kenya, but you're traveling and you're going to Maldives, you're going to Diani, and you're still working. So it's a very flexible job. And if you're someone who looks for a flexible job, trust me, regulatory affairs is there for you. Then one thing that I want also to tell you, much as it's flexible, it is really a high pressure job. CV, you write you can work under pressure. Trust me, regulatory affairs is that career that you really like work under pressure, because you're always given like timelines. So from this time to this time, I'm supposed to have completed this, I'm supposed to have got like this total number of medicines are registered, I'm supposed to get this number of variations approved. So if you're not that person who cannot withstand pressure, then regulatory affairs, trust me, it will weigh you down. And sometimes I call my friends and then they're like, oh my god, today my goods are stuck at the airport, today my permit is stuck, like it's not getting approved, today this is like, it's a high pressure job. So if you really can work under pressure, regulatory, trust me, regulatory is for you. Then another thing that I wish I knew was regulatory affairs has many fields of practice. So you can be a regulatory affairs associate, you can do medical writing, you can be a consultant, you can just specialize in regulatory compliance. Like I have friends who just specialize in regulatory compliance. Then there are people who actually just now do submission of the dossiers, like myself. Now I do submissions of the dossiers, permits, so all these things. So you can actually specialize within regulatory affairs. Then it involves a lot of reading, research, and documentation. Oh my god, if you really are a person who doesn't like reading, who doesn't like research, regulatory affairs is not for you. Because yeah, you'll be given dossiers, you need to review those dossiers, and you need to submit the dossiers. Because if you review if you're given this dossier and maybe you just submit, sometimes you risk rejection. And when you risk rejection, like when you submit your dossier and it's rejected, you have to pay some amount of money for that dossier to actually be brought back to the normal stage where it can be evaluated. So one thing that I always joke is pharmaceutical chemistry, pharmaceutics, and clinical pharmacy, they're really important in regulatory affairs. So if you hated especially pharmaceutical chemistry, module 3 of the dossier, you'll have a lot of pharmaceutical chemistry. Now you will start understanding why we were doing this NMR, we were doing this mass spec, we were doing IR, the analytical method. You will start now understanding why we used to do these things. So the other point is there are high chances and opportunities for growth, and the salary scale grows as you get more experience. So for me, I've told you, like, I have 4 years now. This is my 4th year in practice, and for sure I can tell you, like, there are very many opportunities for growth, and your salary grows as you grow. But disclaimer, it depends on one, the type of company that you go to, and two, it also depends on how you negotiate with your employer. So as you go up the ladder, like for example, I'm not where I started. The last thing that I want to tell you that I wish I knew is you can actually become a consultant and set up your own consultancy where you can consult for different companies. So I actually know very many pharmacists who are now setting up their consultancies. When I started, I think there were 1 or 2 or 3 pharmacists who are doing consultancies, but right now I can see so many people are coming up with their own consultancies. And yeah, you leave the job and you can work for different companies, so you do not have to work your 9 to 5. You can quit, set up your own consultancy, start your own company, approach different companies and do the regulatory work for them. So yeah, if you really want to come to regulatory affairs, please let me know some of the assumptions, some of the things that you really feel like you're going to expect that. And if you're a pharmacist and you're practicing in regulatory affairs, what are some of the things that you wish you knew before you actually started? And what are some of the things that make regulatory affairs interesting? And also the cons. Please let me know, chat with me and let me know in the comment section. And I can assure you that right now, because there's the government is not posting people directly in Kenya, I would advise young pharmacists, try the regulatory affairs side and you can really advance. For my case, right now I'm tackling different countries. I can say, yeah, I started with Kenya only, but up to where I am, in my previous companies I've tackled different Kenya, Rwanda, and right now I'm tackling East Africa. So there are very many vast opportunities for growth, and there are so many courses that you can do online. Check Udemy. Myself, I also offer trainings. I've also seen some pharmacists are offering trainings. So if you're interested, link up with those pharmacists, then they can be able to train you, or do online courses. You can also go to Udemy, Coursera, and look for regulatory affairs like in the European countries, in the USA, and you can actually learn this and get certification and apply to those jobs, because on LinkedIn I always see jobs that are being advertised for regulatory affairs for different countries. So if you have that experience, if you've done those courses, then it will be so easy for you to actually work in different areas. And thank you so much guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and thank you so much. I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.